What's up guys, Sean Cole back with another video, and as you can see today I'm doing something different. I'm on my phone again. Yeah, I'm on my phone again. So what I'm doing is reacting to wansee Entertainment. I'm going to be reacting to wansee Entertainment, which is just a whole bunch of true story, scary animations. Shout out to DangMattsmith. I'll put his name in the description. That's who I got this type video from, and shout out to wansee Entertainment. I'll put them in the description too. Alright, first off, this was posted 3 hours ago. Instagram dating horror story animated. Let's see. Bro, just the music in the back, scary.
I was a big Tinder guy a few years ago. Everywhere I went, I would update my location and then update, my body count. Then I quit doing Tinder and stuck with Instagram. I know, they're completely different, and IG has a bunch of fake accounts. So I saw this girl commenting on all of my friends' pictures. Then she commented on mine. I also saw my friends replying, so I figured she was a real person because I looked on her page and she had way more followers than people she was following. So I DM'd her. I definitely thought she wasn't going to reply, but she did within an hour. We talked for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and we made it official. She was pretty, had a degree, and a good job, as she said. I felt she was out of my league and too perfect. Every day she posted new photos, and I told my friends about her and they seemed pretty jealous, except for my friend Ryan. He said I was stupid because I never spoke with her, and I only messaged her. She invited me over because she said she can cook. Ryan told me to don't go. The rest of my friends said don't have any kids, and they would laugh. So I went over there, but not without Ryan calling me a clown first. The GPS said she lived about an hour away. When I first started to talk to her, she told me that she lived in a nice neighborhood. But when I got there were people everywhere and the neighborhood was not that nice.
She could have killed him.
When I stopped at the stop sign at the corner, people walked up to my windows and asked me what do I need. But I pulled off really fast and got to the house. It was a duplex, so I messaged her and she said to come up the stairs. It was about 9 at night and people were everywhere just standing around. I knocked on the door and I was definitely excited. The door opened and to my surprise it was a bald-headed white guy with a patchy beard, tattoos everywhere including his head with a tank top on. I asked was Lisa home and he said, yeah, come in. When I walked in, I was immediately hit with a musty smell mixed with cheese. He told me to sit down and he sat down across from me on the couch. He said she'll be out soon. He asked me did I want something to drink and I said, yeah, sure. When I got up, I texted her, can she come out please? She immediately said yes. The man came back in with 2 cups of juice. One for him and one for myself. Then I noticed that he put a phone down on the table next to him. So I acted like I sneezed and got some on my arm. Then I asked for a tissue. He went to get some tissue and he left his phone like I thought he would. I texted her back, and to my horror, the phone rang. I looked on the caller ID and it was my name. I heard him coming back. He came back and we sat there for about a minute. And then the phone rang again because he never checked the message that I sent. He looked at the phone. I looked at the phone. Then we looked at each other. I postured up, and he calmly said, I guess you caught me. Then out of nowhere, he lunged toward me, attempting to grab me. I punched him, and he fell on his face. I ran out of there so fast, and I never looked back. Yeah, I called the cops, and when they got there, the man was still knocked out. After that, I never went on dates with people that I met online again.
Guy sounded like he had a black voice. Anyway, rate in the comments what y'all think that one was, like 1 to 10 on this scary list. I think that was honestly not like extremely scary, but it was like somewhat scary, So I'd give it like a 4 maybe. Alright, now let's watch another video. Let me turn it up. We got a man in a skirt. True story. Okay, this one actually seems scary. I'm probably only gonna watch 2, but I'll make a post video for the other
2. Years ago, when I was in the 5th grade, my friends and I were walking home from school.
What's with this guy?
We noticed some of the other kids laughing very loudly at something.
He's always put himself
and running away like they were disgusted. We looked back, and they were laughing at this woman who was walking behind us. We didn't know why, because we saw her every day when we were walking home from school.
That's already scary.
We just never spoke with her, or we never even seen her up
close. It looks
close.
like a whole dude.
We moved closer to see what was so funny, and we definitely noticed what the other kids were making ruckus about. This was a man dressed in a miniskirt with high heels on. The other kids were throwing sticks and rocks at it, but he never responded. He just smiled while he was walking.
Like he's a zombie.
A few days later, I just so happened to be watching the news, and I saw the same guy's face on the news. My friend who lives around the corner was getting her mail when she saw the man across the street watching her. He waved and he started skipping across the street like a little girl, while loudly asking her, "Do you remember me?" She was one of the kids that threw rocks at him. She shut her door as he started running full speed toward her house while wearing a wig, miniskirt, heels, and a woman's tank top. He started banging on her door until she called the police. He was caught within minutes. Anything could have happened to us that day, with this guy roaming our neighborhood. But luckily, nothing ever happened to any of the kids that I knew.
That one was about like nothing like extremely scary happened. So that was about like maybe like a 3. That's even worse than the last one. Try online game horror story animated. This one should be somewhat scary. It seems like it's out of CSGO horror.
When you think of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the last thing you'd think of was a horror story. But yet, here I am. It was the summer of 2014, and I was bored and home alone, so naturally I hopped on CSGO. I went to Dust Online to play some casual. It wasn't a very busy lobby. There was about 5 people on each side. I joined Terrace, where I quickly discovered the only other person with a mic was a guy whose name was something like Smarties McFlurry. He sounded a lot older than me. I was 14 at the time. His name was Dave, and we got along well, and we played good together since we had the same number of skill. We eventually played more CSGO together, and then friended each other on Steam. After that, he asked for some of my social media, and I gave him my Discord and Snapchat. Then on CSGO, Dave suddenly said he had to leave, and we could play more tomorrow. So I got off and watched some TV and eventually went to sleep on the couch. I was home alone for the night. At like 1 a.m., I awoke and got a glass of water. Then I heard a Snapchat notification from my phone. Curious as to who was sending snaps at this time of night, I picked it up and saw it was from Dave. I opened it, and it was a picture of my front lawn and house. The phone and the glass of water fell from my hands to the floor, and my heart began to race. I was suddenly frozen, as if rooted to the spot. The darkness around me seemed to become thicker, and I swear I was seeing shadows all around me. Then I heard a knock at the glass. I turned to the back window, and there he was.
Opens it up.
The Dave guy, who looked a lot older and creepier than me. Without thinking, I ran to the back door and locked it. I also locked the front door. I could hear him calling to me through the window. Then I proceeded to run to the only windowless room, the bathroom. I stayed in there for about an hour, shaking and fearing the worst. I dreaded hearing the sound of Dave calling me again. A knock at the door, or even footsteps outside. I don't know how long it was before I fell asleep. The next morning, my parents arrived home, and I hesitated to tell them about my experience. I knew they would drop shit on me, but it wasn't just that. I was questioning whether or not I was dreaming when the Dave guy appeared at my house. I knew I had not been dreaming playing CSGO with him, though. However, when I checked my phone, it was like he didn't exist. He was not on my friends list in CSGO, his Steam account was gone, his Discord was gone, and even his Snapchat was gone. All deleted. To this day, I still question my sanity about whether or not this Dave guy who I played CSGO with really existed. I know for sure we had chatted on the game, on Discord and on Snapchat, but had he really come to my house? And why were all of his online accounts deleted? I really don't know.
Okay, that one was like way scarier than all the other ones. I'll give that one a 6. That was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, guys, if y'all like that video, if you want to see me do more videos like this, just hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, subscribe for more content. And guess what, guys, I finally hit 50 subs, so I'm gonna do the 50 sub special soon. Just stay tuned for that. And one more thing, comment what things you want me to react to, since if you want me to do this. Anyway, for now, Sean Cole signing out. Peace. Oh, sorry, it's not stopping. Okay, it didn't stop, so I'm just saying one more thing, okay? Ask me questions on my Instagram. I'll put that in the description too. Bye.